now, good morning. Welcome to Monday's film scoring class. We all know what that means. Film scoring Monday is when we look at a scene and I take out the music and you come up with the best possible score for that scene. It's just been getting better and better. So proud and happy of the work that we're doing. And you guys are taking direction extremely well as professionals, professional music supervisors, because these aren't original scores, as we've talked about, which is okay, because it's still finding the right music to fit the scene, which is not easy. And, you know, we did Milagro Beanfield War with the Robert Redford film with the great Dave Grusin score. And, you know, we've done a lot of these already. We looked at Amelie before, so we had French music, we had epic music for the Ten Commandments, and then we had kind of magical, mystical Mexican music for Milagro Beanfield. We're going to get another flavor today, a very pretty steamy, risque scene that you might want to get the kids away for this one. No, I'm just kidding. It's from 1953, so it's PG-ish. But you know, when we look at this scene, you can probably tell that raised some eyebrows and did make some people happy. But gosh, were they wrong? This scene lives on and is one of the most sensuous, romantic scenes of all time. So it's great. So today we're going to look at the really famous Best Picture 1953 film, From Here to Eternity. From Here to Eternity is a war movie, war, drama, romance, and it deals with three U.S. soldiers played by the great Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, and Frank Sinatra. Yes, the singer Frank Sinatra. We'll get into a little bit later how Frank actually got this role. And they're stationed in Hawaii, and this leads up to the attacks on Pearl Harbor, which we know happened, and then their affiliations with the female actors in the movie, Deborah Kerr, the beautiful Deborah Kerr, who was in The King and I, and we looked at her support for Marni Nixon to come out as the singer that dubbed her in The King and I. So Deborah Kerr we talked about, and then Donna Reed. These are the women in the movie, and it won 8 Academy Awards, 13 nominations, won awards for Best Picture, Best Director, Adapted Screenplay, Supporting Actor Frank Sinatra. So yeah, he got an Academy Award for this, and Supporting Actress Donna Reed. The director is Fred Zinnemann. We looked at Zinnemann's work with Oklahoma, that lovely, charming Rodgers and Hammerstein movie. Let's leave Greystone Mansion, because we're going to go to where they filmed this famous beach scene that we're going to be, I know that we're going to be looking at. So let's go and take a little vacation and go over to Hawaii. This is the little cove where the scene that we're going to be watching. It takes place in Hawaii, but this is Halona Beach, or Halona Beach. I don't know. It's pronounced one of those, okay? I mean, okay. So Halona Beach, let's just call it that. And so this is where the scene's going to take place. It is, it's kind of scandalous a little bit, because Montgomery Clift is this boxer, and he doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants to play the bugle instead. But Captain Holmes, the captain, subjects his character to grueling series of punishments, just because he's not happy that he's not boxing. He should be boxing. He thinks he should be boxing. Meanwhile, Sergeant Warden, who's Burt Lancaster, engages in an affair with the captain's wife, who's Deborah Kerr. So a little bit of a scandalous thing to be having an affair with
your captain's wife.
Movie shot in 41 days, and for $1 million. It makes $30 million, though. hugely successful movie. That's why, I mean, we're still talking about it today. And yeah, they didn't want Frank Sinatra. Nobody did. Harry Cohn did. Harry Cohn didn't. He had to really fight for the part, and I think his then wife Ava Gardner persuaded Harry Cohn to use her husband in the movie. There's that famous story, which is probably not true, but it's still a good story to mention, that Johnny Fontaine in The Godfather was that story was based on Sinatra. I don't think it's true at all, but of course Mario Puzo, who wrote The Godfather, put this in, and obviously it upset some people, but they said no, it wasn't like this. But if you remember this short little scene from The Godfather, they could have been talking about Frank Sinatra.
You don't understand. Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie.
So when he did get the role, he got a measly $8,000 for that, which was really low. But and he is actually really quite good in this movie. So it worked out well for them. The on-screen chemistry was real. I mean, Lancaster and Carr were really having an affair in real life, or at least romantically involved during the filming. And you'll be able to see this in the scene because it looks pretty realistic, their passion together. So the scene is on this little beach cove, and it's this small pocket of land located on the southern shore. And it's a love scene, but it's a little bit like she is cheating on her husband. The captain, her husband, has mistreated her in many ways and neglected her, and they go off and take a swim. So and you'll notice the beautiful music in the movie is the composer who wrote the movie is George Dunning, who American musician, composer, and nominated for the score. So let's take a look at this scene. This is again the two of them kind of playing hooky, going swimming, and of course falling in love. So here's the scene with the music.
I never knew it could be like this. Nobody ever kissed me the way you do.
Nobody?
No, nobody.
So it's wildly romantic, right? We hear these beautiful strings, and this, your heart is just like, it's not epic, it's not adventurous, it's not suspenseful, it's complete, just utter romance. I mean, it really, the score really captures like the passion between these two actors, or real life lovers. I mean, the MPAA banned photos of this famous scene because it was too erotic. Some prints had shortened it down, and it wasn't really supposed to be filmed like that. The idea of the waves hitting them was a last-minute inspiration by the director, Zinnemann, of them laying down. In the book, they're standing up kissing, but here it's way more dramatic and very cool. But the censors demanded that Deborah Kerr should feature a skirt in its design because, the censors were on them for sure, because this is a spicy scene. Let's take a look at the scene without the music. Still very sensual, still very great with the waves. But we're going to have to come up with a very romantic sounding score. I don't hear any beats in this. I don't hear any lyrics in this. Shouldn't be a song. You guys know this, but I'm just reviewing some rules. If there's any new people that want to submit something, it doesn't have to be strings, but I do hear, strings being kind of probably an important element perhaps in creating romance. Strings can be, very aggressive sounding, but they can also be very sweet sounding. So you're going to have to come up with something that's going to make this scene extra romantic and extra sexy and extra slightly, it's slightly scandalous because, she's married to his captain. So there's a lot at stake here, but they are in love with each other. So come up with some music that's going to heighten this scene, that's going to make this scene come to life. Something extremely romantic. So that's the scene from the movie, 1953 movie, From Here to Eternity. I've said it all, right? Do you have anything else to say? No, I'm just here in my room talking to myself. So if you do have anything to say, I'm available to talk, and love you and miss you. And I can't wait to hear what you come up with. Get it to me by Tuesday, by tomorrow. And then, Friday, we're just going to have a great time and party and relax and look at your results. So have a great rest of the day. And thank you for tuning in. Very sweet of you. And I'll see you tomorrow.